Welcome to the podcast. This is Michael Silvia, your morning star. Hope you're having a great day when you get this. And I'm just saying, I'm doing my 420 right now. And I got some incense going. I've got my hot tea with milk and honey in it. Milk and honey in the hot British tea. Ooh, baby. The reason why I do this podcast, mainly, I do it for myself. This isn't like let's go get rich. This is just entertainment for myself and anyone that wants to be entertained with it. And if you like the podcast, well, please like it. If you want to share it, please share it. And if you don't like any of those things, you can always leave a comment. Please don't be shy. I love people. In fact, let's do a tarot. I'm going to do some tarot card reading. That's what I'll do. Tarot cards. So, you got to go with the tarots, the psychics, the Ouija boards. Here's something interesting to think about. So they say that Lucifer's first name was Samuel. Sam for short. Backwards would be Mass. Right? And Mass would be like Massachusetts. I can break that word down real good for you. Mass settles church. But anyways, so you've got Christmas. Remember the word Christmas for the holiday? Christ, with a mass on the end of it, M-A-S after Christ. And Satanism is supposed to be backwards. So if you take the mass at the end of Christmas and read it from right to left, you have Sam. And then that's when it meets up with Christ. And then you've got the two angels. So it's interesting. Those people that say, oh, I don't believe in anything. But then you got to remember that, the human person that doesn't believe in anything, they kind of got to look at themselves a little bit and then realize that it's probably reasons why they don't want to believe in anything. It's not, God real? Is he not real? It's kind of like me smoking this weed and saying, am I stoned? Am I not stoned? If I'm questioning it and I've been smoking pot, chances are I'm stoned. So here we are, the cosmos gave birth. Here we are, 14 billion years of universe that we can observe. Then you got 4.5 billion years on this planet. And then there's your little existence of maybe 100 years. The flea on top of a piece of crust on a wet big ball floating around. A big hot fucking fiery fireball. The soul we call the sun. But just think about that in numbers for people who don't realize that. And I learned this when I took some courses back in the day when I was in prison. So if you take 14.5 billion years of the universe, right? Just follow me on this. This is easy. If you take, let's break it down so you can understand. So if you take 14.5 billion years of the universe that we know of it today, and you compare 14 billion years with 24 hours, then you're gonna have the planet, which was born 4.5 billion years ago. So then that breaks down the 24-hour period for the birth of the Earth into 8 hours. And then you've got the human existence, which is like 100 billionths of a second on the 24-hour frame. In our 100-year span on the 14 billion year span, it's so small, so insignificant, so just started. From our perspective, right? So for all that to get to this point, all that time, here we are, right? Right? And then everyone's saying, well, I don't think it really came from anything, right? I just don't believe in anything, so it must be one all big mistake and everything's just scrambled up and there's just no purposes or whatever. But I think people that think like that, if you get into their head and follow that person around a little bit, you start to understand why they probably think like that. And then that person's got some issues, right? You know? I mean, atheists don't even have an answer for anything, right? They just want to run around all mad about shit and be like, you know. Think about it. I mean, like, people I meet on a daily basis who have God in their life, their life of their life, the quality of life is higher, right? It's higher. And I promise you this is true. And then when you find people that have no God in their life, it's like way down here. And then they're happy. They're kind of like stuck in the misery of it, and you know, why this, why that, and for someone who doesn't want to, I think the whys and the confusion comes down to like not taking responsibility, you know, in one's own life, seeing through one's ego. Pride and the ego will mess you up. Man, it'll make you go fast and make more mistakes, and you'll still think you're all that. I'm telling you. I just like to throw my thoughts out there on that, you know? You know? Here's the tarot cards. You see my shirt? It says freedom isn't free. So when people are running around and be like, yo, it's for free. Ain't nothing for free. If you're taking it for free, it's a fun fucking figment of piece of imagination that you threw into your own reality and just turned it into some kind of dreamscape, and I love it. Fucking whatever. So here we are with the tarots. I'll do my own reading here. I can't do one for anyone else like this. And if anyone wants readings on tarot cards, if you want me to give you a reading, I'm not going to charge you. I'll do it for you. We can do it over the phone or whatever. It can be done that way. And then you got to wonder, and then people say, like, well, how can you do the tarots over the phone? It's like, well, we can do FaceTime, right? And then, like, not only that, when you do it's like you got to remember that, like, in physics, like, everything can be far away and still get the energy across. Whether it's this type of energy or an electron being from here to over there, and you know what I mean, and how electricity and sound and everything moves. Here we are. What do we have? Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Gets me thinking, right? Women rule the world. That's my opinion. Anyone that's been married or is married, or if you've got a woman you appreciate, and if you actually understand what you actually have, that's what she is, and you'd understand that, or we would. Queens, Mother Earth, right? Think about it. Venus, right? Females, open the door for them, tell them please, Say thank you. You know, smile. Don't raise your voice to them. Don't hurt them. Don't beat them. Don't tell them if they can have a kid or not. That's on their fucking throat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's their body. You know, they don't need a man to tell them what to do. See, this is all shit I fucking realized down the road, and I've learned along the way. And I already know this now. And it's, you know, these are things, you know, and bringing and giving her flowers and reminding her of the times that she made you happy, so she can reflect on the fact that the energy she's putting into it actually means something. You know. So that's how it goes. Energy for energy. What else we got? It's upside down, Queen of Cups. Oh, and it's upside down. Let's see. You know, that one was right side up and this was upside down. So there's women when they love you, and then there's women that can become evil, right? Yeah. And there's bad evil, and then there's the right kind of evil. You know? So, you know, it's just, man, and women, hey, listen, think about this, right? And this is going into ladies, and I think it's a fun story, you know? So, in the Bible, Bible, hold on a second. In the Bible, hold on. Should I get something to write on here? Things I've shown you before. But let's see here. So you've got the word Bible, right? So I'm going to write it down here, and then I'm going to break it down. Okay? And I'm going to connect the dots like Spider-Man. SM, subliminal message from the Morning Star, Michael Silvia, on Spider-Man, connecting the dots. So, the B is a 13, and the number 13, right? See, when you see the word, the angel name Bible put onto the cover, so you got the LIE in Bible for lie, and then you got two number 13s, right? And the number 13 represents the fallen angels. And the fallen angels was 1/3, 1, 3, 13, 1/3 of the angels that came down from the heavens to rule the world, and then were sent into hell to rule hell. And then sometimes they go back up to the earth and they go back into hell again. They come back up reincarnated and they go back down, all for a soul harvest. You know, like what Jesus did. So there you go. You got the Bible, lie 13. All right. And yeah, so anyways, so we're getting into the ladies, right? So now we're talking about the Bible, and then in the Bible, we've got this, right? We've got Genesis, right? Let me show you Genesis. Let me spell it out, and I'm going to connect the dots with you again. See? So in Genesis, when you break it down, the biblical, like I'm giving you Bible codes. So Genesis for gene is genes, right? For like genetics. And they're like, well, I don't know if I believe it. Well, then do your research. That's okay. You don't have to. In fact, the thing about knowledge, it's like working out. It's like, oh, God, this is what it takes to fucking learn this shit. You know what I mean? Like, and then once you get in the groove of it, you know, biblical knowledge is interesting because it's real stuff. So, I mean, in the Bible, in Genesis, it talks about, right, the creation of everything, you know. But the point I'm trying to get to is the ladies. Right? I want to get to the ladies. So, at the end of the day, with the fallen angels in Genesis and God making a heaven on earth, right? He made a paradise. And on the paradise, he created a man of his own image. So when God came down and made and then this angel, he takes the genetics of all the world, you know what I mean? He can create his own being to rule. And so he makes Adam and then is happy with Adam and says, okay, now I need to give him a partner. So puts him into a deep sleep and then makes Lilith, right? Takes from his rib. So, sounds like a toad, right? A toad or a prince. Ribbit, it rib. So the rib, I also code out RIB as RI for Rhode Island and B for 13, RI 13, rib. So like the rib is taking out the marrow. Or whatever. So Lilith is made, and long story short, she's not interested in Adam at all. Doesn't lay down for him or anything, and then she's kicked out of paradise, and then she gets to kick it with the devil. And then God had to do it again, and this time he made Eve. And then Eve did everything Adam liked. They enjoyed each other. God took off. Adam took off. Eve's just chilling. And here comes the devil. And they're talking, you know, they're having a good time. They both eat some knowledge. Third eye pops open. And then, like, here's some extra interpretations for you. So here's how I'm going to break this one down for you. So you have Lilith. And then so Lilith was the first lady created, and after Lilith you had Eve. Okay? So I'm going to give you coded like this. So here you are. You have Lilith and then Eve. All right? Now, so I'm going to break it down like this. Here it goes, the top. So El in Hebrew is important because, right, we're talking about the Bible here in slave language and codes. That El is Hebrew for the word God. And then I'm going to break that down. And you can even pause this when I show it to you. Okay? So when God creates, he puts everything together in a whole way so that in the future when reincarnation and things happen, that it all can play out the way he wants. When things are going and right, you know, with this human population. So there's Lilith and Eve. And then if you break it down, thy evil God. Thy evil God. From the two ladies who partied with Satan. They partied with Lucifer. And then, oh yeah, here's the other fun part. So let's talk about the word garden. I'll break this one down for you too. So God created the garden and put them both in there. And then the serpent came and he said in reverse, since he's satanic, and he said, need rag, which is what he kind of told Eve after they had the apple of knowledge. And Then they realized she saw what he could see. It was like, yeah, you see what I'm talking about? See, you need a rag. You need something to cover up all the lovely things you got showing that to me right now. Though I appreciate it. So you need a rag. And then who's talking about all this? Who's talking to her? The devil. Hold on. Dragon. Dragon. Was there a dragon in the garden? Dragons? I don't know. How about this? What about in time? We can still capture the number 13. That's fun to know, right? When you take the clock, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you go diagonal, like how a shooting star would come down. All right. I'll draw it out for you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. So see how that is? The clock? Now I'm going to break it down in a diagonal area, in a diagonal way. Add them up, and you're going to get the number 13 every time. Here it goes. And then if you can, please, when I show you this, you can pause it, and then you can just be like, okay, Mike, so that's real too. Right? Time is on my side. Yes, it is. But here's the connecting the dots once again. See? That's all. And you know what's funny? Is that there's 6 13s. You know? And the number 6, 6, 6 is an interesting number in itself. And then when you add all these 13s up together, at the end of the day, when you count it all up, and then add everything and keep going, you're left with the number 6. So 13 plus 13 plus 13, 13, 13, 13 is, so you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24. So if that's 24, which is backwards for 420, and you take 2 plus 4, then you got the number 6. And when I see the number 6, I always see 3 6s through 3 eyes. And anyways, there's a little fun for you, little biblical codes and connecting dots, and one more thing to think about, and I really want you to think about this. You got to think about this. There is real art out there, and I'm not going to show it to you because, it's like we got some ocean waves going here, but if you decide to go on the internet and you look at artwork from back in the day, like way back in the day before like things were flying and stuff, like Europe and whatnot, like paintings of like the crucifixion of Jesus and things like that. Anything with religion, you'll see spaceships in the background, all painted in the murals and stuff, or on paintings. So, oh, and by the way, remember, don't forget, the Big Bang was named after a priest, Catholic priest, who was also an astronomer. Said, "Hey, it was a Big Bang. We know it." And on we go. Yeah. So, the way I see it, one more thing I want to get off my chest. I know that they say Pluto's not a planet. In my opinion, Pluto's still a planet. It's the 9th planet, and I like 9 planets. Pluto. Let me break down Pluto. This is the last one for you. For the last planet. Here it is. My little fun stuff. Pluto, the 9th planet away, interpreted by me in New England. And there it is, 2 Lucifers, 666. Because the P is the 6. Because P's are just like the 6s, 9s are 6s. The LU and the U can also be the C, the IFER. Yes. So the word fire had to be inserted with loose, in such a way so that we could get the fire in Lucifer. 2 Lucifer, 666, 9th planet. 9s are 6s, and Saturn's number 6. Beautiful too. Saturn, Satan turns. Mars with a face on it. Looks like he's got a goddamn Roman helmet a little bit. And you know what? I love that shit. Planet of war. Can't forget about Jesus. I mean Jupiter. Big, big, big planet with a big red eyeball. All kinds of moons. So there it is. Tarot card readings. One more time. So women are power. Remember that shit. Respect them. And here's one more card. Which one's this? Oh. It's got the number 5. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. It's number 4. Yeah. 4. All I can think of is the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Yeah. Harvesting evil souls and building a future for good ones so those ones can stay. It's like taking care of a garden. But anyways, this is it. That's the podcast. When it comes to like trying to like go into the paranormal and things like that, it's different for everybody. Some people, they talk real fast and they got all this going on. Like me, I'm more like I'm like a turtle. Like I gotta explain myself. Sometimes I get stuck in my words even when I'm trying to figure it out. So I'm just but I've been in a car accident. I've been boxing. I've been hitting head and stuff like that. I've been fighting. So it's just my brain, it's been through a little trauma. So I need to be a little slower than the average bear. So these are my interpretations. You can believe what you want with them. That's the beauty of the American dream and living on this planet, is that we're all here to have a good quality of life to the best of its degree based on what's going on. I mean, it's a lot of variables going on with all that, but hey, that's the way it goes. Because God is real. He keeps count. And that's it. So God bless you. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Celtics are playing tonight. Go Celtics. Fucking no, I love them. I love them. They're hot right now. They're hot. They're hot. Those players are like a bunch of Tom Brady's right now. Good-natured, well-mannered, playing like a team, want it really bad, sleeping when they got to, eating when they got to, doing what they got to do, making it like a New Englander. Work hard for a living, baby. Yeah. So again, thank you very much for joining. I appreciate you. I love you very much. Godspeed to you. And yeah, have God in your life. That's what I say. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.